real quick. How about that? I think it looks good. Good morning. Good morning. Once again, we are live streaming. This is day 2. What we have here is one of the fishes. I got a little too excited and okay, so I painted some of the line work here. Yeah, so here we go. I don't know how much ink I've got left in these, but we've got some tricks and also some, of course, acrylic fluid with the brush. It'll just change the way the line work kind of pans out here. But if you are new here, my name is Ryan Newhouser. The channel is Howza Creative, pending a name change actually, so stay tuned for that. It's been Howza Creative since 2016, so that would be a big one. So we'll talk about that on the stream. But my main goal with these streams is just to create live, to create more of a connection with you guys. I'm going to turn around and I'm going to pull up the YouTube chat on the screen here, so if anybody's chatting, I can at least see what's going on. Tune in here. Don't worry, I'm coming back just 1 second. All right, got the chat up. Cool. Nobody's here anyway. Perfect. This is perfect. All right, well, my name is Ryan. We're about to paint this fish. I think we're going to start with getting this white circle, because it's supposed to be like a race car. And a lot of those race cars have that nice classic white circle with the black lettering. So that's what I'm going to do first, right? I have some overpaint here, and I think I'm just going to paint over it completely. And there should be enough to view there to, whatchamacallit, what am I trying to say? To repaint the 5. All right. Are you kidding me? I did have a paint popper. Good thing nobody's here anyway. Here we go. So we're gonna pop the paint. Some white latex paint. Bam. Honestly, don't know how old it is. Really don't have this area set up very well for pow. Put this knife here, and we'll get some of this. Okay, cool. So we're just gonna go ahead and paint this white around. And as I suspected, yeah, that'll come through. Painting these fish is kind of a big deal for me right now because it's been almost maybe more than a year since I've worked on these, and I just started working on them yesterday on a live stream and painting live just to kind of hold myself accountable in some kind of weird way. And so here we are, we're painting these fish, we're gonna get them done, and then what's gonna happen is on Friday I will post them on the website for sale. And maybe what a part of these live streams will be is creating stuff throughout the week, hanging out with you guys, and anything that gets created will go for sale at the end of the week or the end of the month. Maybe there'll even be a giveaway for some of this stuff depending on how things go. I'm not trying to gamify it too much. I want to provide some value outside of just hanging out here. And also, I am a full-time artist, so gotta make money. And I would love to sell this stuff instead of it just sitting in my garage. I love it. I want to put it on the wall, but if somebody else wants it, that's why I do this. My main gig, if you guys are new here, is digital illustration, designs, logos for events, apparel, and kind of small biz brands here in Jacksonville, Florida, and around the Florida area. I mean, I've done stuff outside all of that, but that's mainly where a lot of my business is. All right, so we got that white done. Perfect. And now we're going to move to the black lettering. This is my pen I'm going to be using. It's a Craft Smart from, what was it, Michaels? Yeah. So nothing fancy. Its tip is all jacked up too. It's all smashed around. So I don't want to get my hand wet on this. So while that's drying, I'm going to use this little maul stick or whatever they call it, little homemade one, to get some of the outlines done. All right, cool. Still got juice. So I kind of talked about maybe doing a name change on the channel. I've been Howza Creative since 2016. So it seems like it would be kind of a dumb thing to do, but I kind of just want to put it out there. What I would change it to is Rye the Giant, just because I'm tall. It's more personal brand. And honestly, Howza, I mean, I like Howza, don't get me wrong, I love Howza. It'd kind of be like breaking up with a long-term lover. But Howza Creates just sounds dated. Rye the Giant, I don't know, don't get me wrong, but it just kind of has more of a ring to it, connection, and more motifs and visuals that I could possibly play off of, and kind of create more of a community as opposed to a creative service, because at the end of the day, unfortunately, I do see the type of work that I was doing, like a lot of digital illustration, graphic art, and design. It has lost its value in the eyes of the customer for the most part. I don't know if I'm the only one experiencing that, but people just, their budgets just don't have the room for the kind of stuff that I used to do and they used to have the room for. There's a very obvious perception that there's always a cheaper place to get creative services. And I mean, they wouldn't be wrong either. I don't think I need this. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. If you got a coffee, cheers. Anybody watching? Nope. One person watching, that's cool. Love you guys. Is it private? Hope it's not private. We'll go on content. Sorry guys, I'm gonna check this out live. It's public, okay, just making sure. Who cares, right? I was just curious. All right. All right, that's all dry. All right, we're gonna continue to just hit the lines on these fins. Now the whole Rye the Giant concept for me is just more of a path of just finding, you know, the biggest, baddest version of myself. And I think quite possibly art and design may be limiting it in a way. This is almost just going to be like a video journal because I don't really expect anybody to show up to this, so who cares? We can be super transparent. So, and like, who cares what the name is, right? Like, nobody really, I don't think anybody really gives a crap at all. So changing it might be kind of confusing at first, But I've already lost my social media account before. I've already had it hacked. Like, really, I don't know. Changing the name and confusing and losing some people doesn't seem like a big deal, but I also have never been one that wants to make multiple social media accounts. That sounds like absolute nightmare fuel to me, is to have just multiple social media accounts that I have to manage, run, and produce content for. It's already enough to have like one main thing you're doing it for on like YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and all that other stuff. And content and I have a love-hate relationship. I've been doing it for a long time just because I enjoy it. I saw the emergence of the short form coming, and I just was like, wow, like I love making this short form content. I know people love watching it. It was just fun. My original background was actually video, if nobody knows. I used to do video in high school and middle school. Was lucky enough to go to a place that had a video program, and the teacher was one of my best friend's dads. And he taught us a lot and gave us some fun projects. And it kind of just instilled in us this always making content before content was even cool kind of thing. I'm going to give this little dot here. I think we're going to need to brush up his glasses right here. And then at one point during my journey, I really just wanted to be an artist and designer. I spoke about on the last live stream. But I'm curious if it's limiting some of the other opportunities and stuff that I kind of want to try, which still brings value to small businesses and using my creative talents in a whole new way, because the game is changing. AI is forcing us to adapt, and I don't think the answer is just wrapped up in clever prompts or use cases in AI. I think like got to think a little deeper. Got to figure out where the human really lies in this whole creative industry, and how to keep the human in creativity and at the same time still provide the same kind of marketable ads people are looking for, but in just a really true, authentic way. I know authentic is a word that's just absolute, almost like clickbait at this point, or just like taboo. But I, for one, know I'm tired of seeing a lot of the social media I see. Everybody's got a tip, a trick, a hack, a product to sell you, a course to sign you up for. And I, for one, am just sick of it. And I just want to create content where we can come, hang out, chill. It's a live stream. If anybody's here, say hi. We got 2 watching. What's up? Hello, hello. It's got this fin lined out. Now the problem here is I'm starting to run out of juice in this pen. Yeah, I just want to create a space where we can come, hang out, create. I can use my creative skills to help other people, but at the end of the day, use my just desire to want to connect on a deeper level and create content that I want to see, and not sit around and wait for other people to create content I want to see. And I really, right now, it's just the form of me painting some projects to get the creative block out. But really, who knows where it's going to go? I have no idea. All right, that's good. We're going to try this other pen. I had to do a little repair on it. So we're going to see if it's repaired. We'll set this one down. We might have to do a little open tip surgery on that and actually pour some acrylic fluid in it and fill it up. Oh shit, there it is already. Yeah, I was afraid of that. So what's happening is this tip is sliding in. That's what she said, to here. It's just, I don't know, for whatever reason. I have a light touch. Uh-oh, about to ruin this thing. Yeah, I'm just gonna stop with that. I'm gonna see if this acrylic fluid will... Alright, you're watching an on-the-fly fix here. So we got this marker I was using that I'm enjoying. And we have some acrylic fluid. And I'm going to try and see if... Let me break this thing off. We can get this thing filled up. Okay. Alright, we're going to try to just run with that. See if that fixes our problems, because I was about to mess up these little tail lines here. Alright, so we got this screwed back on. We'll see if we can shake this black ink around and maybe get some... See if we're doing it. Alright, I mean that looks great. And I'm probably going to have to do a little fix up on the hiccup here. Light touch, light touch. It's kind of aft, but it doesn't look anything like this line. I think that black is starting to come. Starting to come in. Two watching. What's up, guys? All right. Little dots in here. To go get some new pins at Michael's. Hope everybody's having a great day. Dun, 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 dun. I got this music low because I don't want it to get a copyright, but it's a jammer. Wow. Okay. Well, I'm going to let this sit right here, and then we're going to move on to the white. Now I want to hit some of these scales up with some white. Give it a little wet look. So we're going to just add some little white pops in some of these scales and let it taper away towards the end. And then after we get done here, we're going to jump over to Tiki Taki, and I'm just going to eat some pickled eggs that I got in the fridge right now. I'm really craving boiled eggs. And I wanted to put them in some empty pickle jars. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna eat some boiled eggs. So head over to Tiki Taki once we leave here for lunchtime. All right, I'm getting a little carried away. Kind of just zoned out there for a second. All right. Ooh. Watch that. All right. Everybody just has one. Let's get a 2 on a couple of these. All right, I like that. I like that. I like that. I do want to get some highlight around this eye, so I'm just going to go ahead and bam, get a little dotted circle going around there just to add some shazoom. We're going to also hit up a little highlight on his helmet here. We're going to try to get some juice out of this pen to tighten up these lines. Boom. All right, all right, all right. It looks like it's starting to work a little better. That was pretty opaque. All right, cool. This is looking good. I like this. I like this. I like this a lot. Of course, the fins need to look wet. Duh. Here we go. Pop, pop. If anybody else is in the stream watching, probably not. It's okay. Love you guys. Pop, 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 pop. Oh, I missed this whole area here. All right, let's see. Here we go. Bam. Boom. All right. We got some white splashers in there, so now we're gonna get the tail here. So since we need to wait on some paint markers to really do much on the other fish, what I'll do is I'll start the hammerhead, which is over here, which I'm pretty excited to do that one because I want to do it in kind of a similar style I used to do, which is a lot of pinks and yellows and blues, kind of like electric colors. So I'm really pumped to try that out and get these all on the website by Friday so that they are available for sale if anybody would like to purchase. Some white dots up in here. Slam some of the liquid down. Trying to get in between the white lines. I don't want to, or black lines. I don't want to cover them up. Just trying to be loose with it. Pow, pow, pow. Just gives it a little wetter look. I'm really not going for realistic, I can tell you that much, but I think it does deserve some highlights. Ooh, wipe that away. Let's get another one. All right, cool. Bam, maybe one up here. Oh, wipe that away, that was horrible. There we go, that looks better. And maybe get some, one right across the lens there. Cool. That's looking sweet. There's a number 5 here that I'm going to get back to because this white latex paint is still drying, but I'm really digging how this is coming out. Now let's do it. Let's let you dry here, little buddy. And then we will take the shock into the Thunderdome. Cool. I'm just adjusting. Everybody can hold on. Chill. Chill, chill, chill. Bam. Not quite, not quite, not quite. I want you guys. I swear. Alright. So, I'm going to paint this. I'm going to do it in my style I used to do it, which I think will do like a big yellow underbelly here. And do some nice white scribbles on top of it. And then what we'll do is we'll paint this nice and colorful on top. And then we're gonna line it out with some nice fat black line work. There you go. All right, cool. I don't think we need this for right now. I do want this. And we got everything we need down here. So let's get to it. First color I'm gonna do is yellow. Slam it, maybe a little more, yep. Got the yellow here, okay. All right, this is it's like my favorite part. So we're gonna get this yellow, got some water. And pulling it around. I might bring some white back into the underbelly of this, so it's kind of like a real shark, but we'll see how it comes out. But I'm just gonna go I'm just gonna go yellow. Got a little holiday out of there, bow. Kind of need to be a little looser up here with this. Go back and forth, back and forth. Probably really should just coat the whole thing in yellow and then bring the colors I want down. So there's at least some yellow pops possibly in this plywood. Now when you're painting this plywood, I always try to sand it down as much as I possibly can before painting. Bam. I could certainly cover it up, but all right, so this is the underbelly here. rough. Really, really rough in this stage. Now, I did project this sketch with the MetaHead Quest. If you're curious about any of those videos, I have some. I probably need to update it because the technology is updated so quick. And I've checked out a new Stencil VR? Yeah, a new VR app to project your images. That's pretty cool because you don't really have to worry too much about how to upload your images. You can just upload them to like a website like you normally would, like about anybody this day and age knows how to do. And it's boom right there. You don't need to shut down the head quests. You can just upload it to your profile on the Stencil VR website and it just pops right in there. So I probably need to do a video on that. A lot of the more popular videos on this channel have kind of been the VR how-to videos. Now I'm debating whether I should take all this yellow up into here because that's where I want to bring all the fun pinks and blues and greens and stuff down from. And I don't want it to affect that color too much, but at the same time, I'm trying to remember what I would normally do when I used to do this style of coloring. You know, I think I'm going to hit all this with some yellow because I want, if I do pinks and blues and stuff, this yellow will be a nice base for those to come through on. I'm gonna do some nice big, I think I said it already, big bold black line work coming back into this. This would be nicer actually covering up, like I just was talking about, painting on this plywood, having at least a small layer of paint on top of this will at least not soak up so much of some of the other colors I want to put on here because I do have a lot of yellow. Get some water, spread this out a little. Bam, bam. So if you're just tuning in, which nobody is, it's okay. Just me watching. Here we go. I cannot wait to eat these pickles. Oh my God, I can't stop thinking about it. We're gonna see how much we can get done within like an hour. And then we're gonna take a break for lunchtime. That's what I like to call it. Dip it in some water, splash it around, get this thing spread around town. We're painting a big hammerhead shark, using yellow as our start, singing a song that no one's gonna hear. I don't know why, but I'm craving a beer, but it's too early to have a beer because I'll be sleeping sometime near. Doing some yellow, yes I am, painting all over this ham, short for hammerhead. Bam, gotcha. God, I am stupid. Not stupid. Just kidding. Self-positive talk. Man, all right. It's probably the longest way possible to do this, but like I was talking about with this plywood, has these really deep grooves in some of the wood, and it's nice to have a smaller brush just push in there. and not be too messy with it. Bam. Okay. And for the line work on this one, I'm definitely going to use my line brushes and some of that acrylic ink instead of the paint pen, because I just want really nice, sharp line work. We'll see how sharp we can get on this bad boy. Probably outside over here, you don't see anything here. All right, shall. Bits of paint chunks because it's kind of old paint. I'm just going to flatten out some of these areas. All right, ba-bow, ba-bow, ba-bow. Ba-bow. Now, I know this looks like just it looks like a big yellow banana. I just looked back at the screen. But, you know, nobody cares. I'm the only one here. I mean, people probably love watching people play video games. Painting, quite literally watching paint dry. I'm about to hit that next color. About to get hydrated. All right, cool. Fun part now. Let's get these colors going. Get that in there. Bam. 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 Ah. Yellow out of here. And some blues. Now I think I want to start with some of the dark blue. Or no, I gotta think about how I would normally do it. I would start with some of this sweet, sharp, like coral electric pink, I think is what we'll call that. Whew, I have to pee so bad, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't get a rag either, that's okay. All right. Kind of hit some initial pops in there. Pow. It's gonna be multiple layers for sure. It has just been stormy, rainy, everywhere in Jacksonville. I don't know how it is in anyone else's neck of the woods, but I'm trying to go for this kind of like just loose electric. Kind of leave a little bit of a yellow pop there. Let's get some streaks going in here. Get some speed action streaks, huh? Copy some of those here. Pow. All right. So it's kind of hard to talk and create a little bit right here. So I'm just kind of experimenting with some streaks across it. I think it's working. So we're gonna just keep continuing kind of little streaks, and then we're gonna keep layering in more colors and pops and drops and stops and all that kind of stuff. And get a little wet. I've never really been interested in painting things exactly realistic. I appreciate it. I like it. I really love some of that kind of art. I just usually end up doing something with like really extreme colors or. That's cool. I like it. That's what I like. You might like something different. It's cool. You can hate it. You can love it. You can want nothing to do with it. It's okay. Yeah, see what I mean? All this yellow kind of pops through here. I like that. Soften out some of these. All right, Babel. We're gonna have to bring some of this. I got the brush wet a little bit. All right. So we got some of these coral pops happening, and we're gonna come back with more of it, but I'm gonna switch it up. We're gonna get some dark blue going on, I think. Then I want to layer on top of this dark blue, so we'll start with the dark. Not gonna lie, I have to pee pretty bad. Now, this might look like crap, but whatever. I'm gonna try it. I am willing to look dumb to try experiment a little bit with some of this. Trying to get some base shading here. It's looking like crap. Whatever. You can pull it together. I think one of the hardest parts about trying to even just paint something, especially just trying something new, is just pushing through it. Especially when you like, this looks like dog poopa. It's alright, I can see a potential, but it's definitely not going to happen on this live stream, because I have not only do I want to eat lunch, Those eggs are calling my name. Check it out on TikTok in a minute. But I have got to tinkle, and if there's anything about me, when I have to tinkle, I gotta tinkle. I don't want to do it on live stream. I don't think anybody else would want to see that either. Well, you wouldn't see it. Turn the mic off and stuff, but we got stuff to do. I don't think that this like line style is bad. It's kind of nice to help give the Sharky some motion. The problem is we got some heavy texture here on some of it, so we're definitely not going to get anything smooth, but all right, well, this might have to be part 1 of this live stream, because anybody else here? Anyone else here? Two watching? If you're here, all right, I'm ending the stream. I've got to go tinkle. I gotta keep it real with y'all. We'll be back to finish this shark. It's a mess right now, but we're gonna fix it.